Welcome to Chapter 13, the verb to have. In this lesson, we will learn how to use the verb to have in English. The verb to have is one of the most common and important verbs in the English language. We use it to talk about possession, experiences, and many other things. In the present tense, we use have with I, you, we, and they. And we use has with he, she, and it. In the past tense, we use had for all subjects. And in the future tense, we use will have for all subjects. Let us begin by looking at the present tense. Now let us understand the present tense of the verb to have. The rule is very simple. We use have with the pronouns I, you, we, and they. And we use has with the pronouns he, she, and it. We also use has with singular names like John or phrases like my brother. So remember, have goes with I, you, we, they. And has goes with he, she, it, and any single person or thing. Let us now see some positive sentences using have and has. Let us look at some positive sentences in the present tense. First, I have a computer at my home. When we talk about he or she, we say, he has a computer at his home. Next, I have a bad headache now. For he, it becomes he has a bad headache now. I have type 2 diabetes. For he has type 2 diabetes. I have a pain in my hand. For he has a pain in his hand. I have a passport with me. For he has a passport with him. I have a problem with my mobile. For he has a problem with his mobile. I have a best friend here. For he has a best friend here. I have no friends in my hometown. For he has no friends in his hometown. I have some money. For he has some money. Notice how have changes to has when the subject changes to he, she, or it. Let us continue with more positive sentences. I have no money for food. For he has no money for food. I have a lot of homework. For he has a lot of homework. I have some English books. For he has some English books. I have exams next week. For he has exams next week. I have bread and jam to eat. For he has bread and jam to eat. I have a dentist appointment today. For he has a dentist appointment today. I have a fear of spiders. For he has a fear of spiders. I have a lot of patience. For he has a lot of patience. And finally, I have nothing to do at home. For he has nothing to do at home. All of these are positive sentences where we are simply stating what someone has. Now let us learn how to make negative sentences with the verb to have. The rule is simple. For I, you, we, and they, we add don't before have. So it becomes don't have. For he, she, and it, we add doesn't before have. So it becomes doesn't have. Notice that we use have and not has after doesn't. This is very important. Let us see some examples. I don't have a computer at my home. For he doesn't have a computer at his home. I don't have a bad headache now. For he doesn't have a bad headache now. I don't have type 2 diabetes. For he doesn't have type 2 diabetes. I don't have a pain in my hand. For he doesn't have a pain in his hand. I don't have a passport with me. For he doesn't have a passport with him. I don't have any problem with my mobile. For he doesn't have any problem with his mobile. Notice we often use the word any in negative sentences. Let us continue with more negative sentences. I don't have any money with me. For he doesn't have any money with him. I don't have much homework to do. For he doesn't have much homework to do. I don't have English books. For he doesn't have English books. I don't have exams next week. For he doesn't have exams next week. I don't have bread and jam to eat. For he doesn't have bread and jam to eat. I don't have any appointments today. For he doesn't have any appointments today. I don't have a fear of spiders. For he doesn't have a fear of spiders. I don't have a lot of patience. For he doesn't have a lot of patience. And finally, I don't have anything to do at home. For he doesn't have anything to do at home. Remember, after doesn't we always use have, never has. This is a common mistake that many learners make. Now let us learn how to ask positive questions using the verb to have. The rule for forming questions is as follows. For I, you, we, and they, we start the question with do. So it becomes do you have. For he, she, and it, we start with does. So it becomes does he have. Again, notice that we use have after does, not has. Let us see some examples. Do you have a computer at your home? For he, does he have a computer at his home? Do you have a bad headache now? For he, does he have a bad headache now? Do you have type 2 diabetes? For he, does he have type 2 diabetes? Do you have a pain in your hand now? For he, does he have a pain in his hand now? Do you have a passport with you? For he, does he have a passport with him? Do you have a problem with your mobile? For he, does he have a problem with his mobile? Notice how your changes to his when we ask about he. Let us continue with more positive questions. Do you have money for food? For he, does he have money for food? Do you have a lot of homework to do? For he, does he have a lot of homework to do? Do you have English books? For he, does he have English books? Do you have exams next week? For he, does he have exams next week? Do you have bread and jam to eat? For he, does he have bread and jam to eat? Do you have any appointments today? For he, does he have any appointments today? Do you have a fear of spiders? For he, does he have a fear of spiders? Do you have a lot of patience? For he, does he have a lot of patience? And finally, do you have anything to do at home? For he, does he have anything to do at home? These are all yes or no type questions. Now let us look at negative questions. Now let us learn how to ask negative questions with the verb to have. Negative questions are used when we expect a yes answer or when we are surprised about something. For I, you, we, and they, we start with don't, so it becomes don't you have. For he, she, and it, we start with doesn't, so it becomes doesn't he have. Let us see some examples. Don't you have a computer at your home? For he, doesn't he have a computer at his home? Don't you have a bad headache now? For he, doesn't he have a bad headache now? Don't you have type 2 diabetes? For he, doesn't he have type 2 diabetes? Don't you have a pain in your hand now? For he, doesn't he have a pain in his hand now? Don't you have a passport with you? For he, doesn't he have a passport with him? These negative questions show surprise or expectation. Let us see more negative questions. Don't you have any money with you? For he, doesn't he have any money with him? Don't you have much homework to do? For he, doesn't he have much homework to do? Don't you have English books? For he, doesn't he have English books? Don't you have exams next week? For he, doesn't he have exams next week? Don't you have bread and jam to eat? For he, doesn't he have bread and jam to eat? Don't you have any appointments today? For he, doesn't he have any appointments today? Don't you have a fear of spiders? For he, doesn't he have a fear of spiders? Don't you have a lot of patience? For he, doesn't he have a lot of patience? And finally, don't you have anything to do at home? For he, doesn't he have anything to do at home? Now, let us look at WH questions in the present tense. WH questions use question words like what, which, where, who, how many, and how much. The first question uses what. What do you have to eat at home now? Here, we are asking about the things someone has. The second uses which. Which exam do you have tomorrow? Here, we want to know the specific exam. The third uses where. Where do you have work tomorrow? Here, we are asking about the place. The fourth uses who. Who do you have a match with today? Here, we are asking about the person. The fifth uses how many. How many mobiles do you have? We use how many for countable things. And the last uses how much. How much money do you have with you? We use how much for uncountable things. Notice the pattern. The WH word comes first, then do you have, and then the rest of the sentence. Now we will move on to the past tense. Now let us move on to the past tense of the verb to have. In the past tense we use had, and the best part is, had is the same for all subjects. Whether you say I, you, he, she, it, we or they, we always use had. For positive sentences, the structure is simple. Subject plus had plus the rest of the sentence. For example, I had a computer. For negative sentences, we use didn't have. The structure is subject plus didn't have plus the rest. For example, I didn't have a computer. For questions, we use did at the beginning. The structure is did plus subject plus have plus the rest. For example, did you have a computer? Notice that after did and didn't, we always use have, not had. This is very important to remember. Let us now see some examples. Here are the positive sentences in the past tense. Number 1. I had a desktop computer last year. This tells us about something I possessed in the past. Number 2. I had a bad headache last night. Number 3. I had a problem with my mobile yesterday. Number 4. I had a lot of homework to do on Sunday. Number 5. I had some English books when I was in 10th. Here, when I was in 10th, tells us about a specific time in the past. Number 6. I had physics exams day before yesterday. Number 7. I had a dentist appointment yesterday. Number 8. I had a fear of spiders when I was a child. Notice that all these sentences use had, regardless of the subject. Had stays the same for everyone. Now let us look at the negative sentences in the past tense. To make a negative sentence in the past tense, we use didn't have. Remember, we use have not had after didn't. Number 1. I didn't have a desktop computer last year. Number 2. I didn't have a bad headache last night. Number 3. I didn't have a problem with my mobile yesterday. Number 4. I didn't have a lot of homework to do on Sunday. Number 5. I didn't have some English books when I was in 10th. Number 6. I didn't have physics exams day before yesterday. Number 7. I didn't have a dentist appointment yesterday. Number 8. I didn't have a fear of spiders when I was a child. The structure is always the same. Subject plus didn't have plus the rest of the sentence. Now let us learn how to ask positive questions in the past tense. To form a question in the past tense, we start with did, then the subject, then have, and then the rest. Number 1. Did you have a desktop computer last year? Number 2. Did you have a bad headache last night? Number 3. Did you have a problem with your mobile yesterday? Number 4. Did you have a lot of homework to do on Sunday? Number 5. Did you have some English books when you were in 10th? Number 6. Did you have physics exams day before yesterday? Number 7. Did you have a dentist appointment yesterday? Number 8. Did you have a fear of spiders when you were a child? Remember, after did, we always use have, not had. The word did already shows the past tense. Now let us look at negative questions in the past tense. To form a negative question in the past, we start with didn't, then the subject, then have. Number 1. Didn't you have a desktop computer last year? Number 2. Didn't you have a bad headache last night? Number 3. Didn't you have a problem with your mobile yesterday? Number 4. Didn't you have a lot of homework to do on Sunday? Number 5. Didn't you have some English books when you were in 10th? Number 6. Didn't you have physics exams day before yesterday? Number 7. Didn't you have a dentist appointment yesterday? Number 8. Didn't you have a fear of spiders when you were a child? These negative questions are used when we are surprised or when we expect the answer to be yes. Now let us look at WH questions in the past tense. The pattern is similar to the present tense, but we use did instead of do. The first question. What did you have to eat at home last night? Here, we use what to ask about the thing. The second question. Which exam did you have yesterday? Here, we use which to ask about a specific exam. The third question. Who did you have a match with today? Here, we use who to ask about the person. The fourth question. How much money did you have last night? Here, we use how much to ask about the amount. The pattern for past tense WH questions is WH word plus did plus subject plus have plus the rest of the sentence. Now let us move on to the future tense. Now let us move on to the future tense of the verb to have. In the future tense, we use will have. Just like had in the past, will have is the same for all subjects. Whether you say I, you, he, she, it, we, or they, we always use will have. For positive sentences, the structure is subject plus will have plus the rest. For example, I will have a holiday tomorrow. For negative sentences, we use won't have. Won't is the short form of will not. The structure is subject plus won't have plus the rest. For example, I won't have a holiday tomorrow. For questions, we move will to the beginning. The structure is will plus subject plus have plus the rest. For example, will you have a holiday tomorrow? Let us now look at the examples. Here are the positive and negative sentences in the future tense, side by side. Number 1. Positive, I will have a holiday tomorrow. Negative, I won't have a holiday tomorrow. Number 2. Positive, I will have college tomorrow. Negative, I won't have college tomorrow. Number 3. Positive, I will have a lot of money next year. Negative, I won't have a lot of money next year. Number 4. Positive, I will have a lot of work at home on Sunday. Negative, I won't have much work at home on Sunday. Number 5. Positive, I will have physics exams day after tomorrow. Negative, I won't have physics exams day after tomorrow. Notice that in the negative form we simply replace will with won't. The word have stays the same. Now let us look at positive and negative questions in the future tense. Number 1. Positive question, will you have a holiday tomorrow? Negative question, won't you have a holiday tomorrow? Number 2. Positive question, will you have college tomorrow? Negative question, won't you have college tomorrow? Number 3. Positive question, will you have a lot of money next year? Negative question, won't you have a lot of money next year? Number 4. Positive question, will you have a lot of work at home on Sunday? Negative question, won't you have much work at home on Sunday? Number 5. Positive question, will you have physics exams day after tomorrow? Negative question, won't you have physics exams day after tomorrow? For positive questions, we put will at the beginning. For negative questions, we put won't at the beginning. Now let us look at WH questions in the future tense. The pattern is the same as before, but we use will instead of do or did. The first question, what will you have to eat at home now? Here, we use what to ask about the thing. The second question, which exam will you have tomorrow? Here, we use which to ask about a specific exam. The third question, who will you have a match with today? Here, we use who to ask about the person. The fourth question, how much money will you have tomorrow? Here, we use how much to ask about the amount. The pattern for future tense, WH questions is WH word plus will plus subject plus have plus the rest of the sentence. Let us now quickly recap everything we have learned in this chapter. In the present tense, we use have with I, you, we, and they. And we use has with he, she, and it. For negative sentences, we use don't have and doesn't have. For questions, we use do you have and does he have. In the past tense, we use had for all subjects. For negatives, we use didn't have. And for questions, did you have. In the future tense, we use will have for all subjects. For negatives, won't have. And for questions, will you have. The most important thing to remember is that after don't, doesn't, didn't, and will, we always use have, never has or had. Thank you for watching this lesson. Keep practicing these sentences and you will master the verb to have in no time. Good luck with your learning.